All right, so now we're going to go ahead and start to actually design visually the cover of our book. Now, for the sake of this demo, I'm going to go ahead and just choose a book at random. I'm going to pick my very favorite book of all times. Actually, it's kind of a tie. My favorite book of all times is probably Brave New World. You guys um, probably read that in high school, maybe. I love Brave New World, even more than 1984 or any of those other dystopia books. But ooh, like that book. And then, of course, you can go through. But for the sake of argument here, we're going to say that I'm going to go ahead and design a new book cover for Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Now, what you want to take into account is what elements do you want in your book cover? What design? What style? Right? So, who's your audience? Right? That's a big thing. Because if I'm gearing this for high school students or kids that maybe aren't necessarily interested in the book, I want to make it extra exciting, right? When I look at the cover here, this is just random Google search here, but whenever I look at the cover of The Half-Blood Prince, this looks intriguing. It's drawing me in. Lots of blues. It's kind of subtle and calm, but there's this little hint of orange right there. What could it be? It feels mysterious, right? It feels a little bit deeper. Vice versa, here's another Harry Potter cover. It's more cartoony. It's a little more illustrated. So yeah, it's kind of spooky and interesting, but maybe it's for a younger audience. Just look at the different styles that are available, right? If I want to make a book that is gearing for a different type of audience, right? Let's just grab another one here. How to maintain your joy while being armed and dangerous. Okay, sure, why not? But look at what we've got here. We've got this little tiny face. It's sliced up by this circle. There's so much going on and a whole bunch of browns and reds going on in this book cover. Nothing's really drawing your attention. I can just kind of make out the hand. There's a Bible here, but the text kind of like conflicts with the cross on the Bible. There's too much going on. You want something that is dramatic, that's going to be eye-catching, that whenever I'm leafing through, on my Kindle or whenever I'm walking through a bookstore, do those even exist anymore? Whenever I'm walking through, I want something that's going to rip my attention and say, I need to investigate this, right? So think about, I'm just grabbing another one here. Look, we've got, yellows and reds, bright, vibrant colors, lots of movement here. So this book, Momentum, gives us a feel of movement. Vice versa, we've got this book here, this cover, The Happy Lemon. Kind of a teal, kind of a yellow. It feels kind of bubbly, it feels kind of happy, but it's not super active. It's a little more kind of chill, right? So think about what style of book cover you want to make, particularly, again, gearing towards who your audience is. And what do you want your book to say? What about your book, it kind of resonates with the audience, right? What part of the book? Is there a particular section that you want to bring up? Or do you want to give kind of an overview? Do you want to give more of a feeling? There are lots of book covers in the world that are very abstracted, but they are just as powerful, right? Take into account what other things have been done, right? So here's a classic, Clockwork Orange. Um, the eyelashes worn by the droogies inside of Clockwork Orange, those are pretty notable. Those really stand out. The silhouette of the bowler hat with a little bit of the text over top, that all works really well. At the same time, this is maybe a little bit of a bland cover, so I could probably spice it up a little bit, give it a little something extra. And again, think about what style of book you want to make. How simplistic do you want to go? You can go very simplistic, but it has to have a purpose, right? You're not just doing it because you don't feel confident or comfortable. Come up with a design, and then don't be afraid. Ask me. Learn how to have your style, have your ability using the computer match the design that you want to go for. So don't limit yourself by what you think you can already achieve. That's not growth. That's not learning. Strive. Aim higher than you think you can currently, and that is how you're actually going to learn. So aim high, right? Aim for something that you think that you can imagine and it just really captivates your audience. Think about colors, right? What kind of colors are you going to use that are going to capture the attention of your audience? You want bright, powerful colors, but you also want something that's going to match the story of your book. Is your book more of a somber story? Then using, reds and oranges is probably not going to really match the style of your book. So take all of that into account, and once you have, you can start designing. So let's jump in real quick.